Seniors, there is a quiet detail about hydration that rarely gets explained clearly in a clinical setting, yet it becomes increasingly important as the body ages. Many people assume that simply drinking more plain water is enough to support circulation. And while that idea has been repeated for decades, the reality inside the body after the age of 60 begins to shift in subtle but meaningful ways. With time, blood flow is no longer regulated as efficiently as it once was. Plasma volume tends to decrease, the production of nitric oxide declines, and red blood cells lose some of their flexibility. These changes make circulation less responsive. So when plain water enters this system, it does not always trigger the same beneficial effects it once did. In some cases, it may even dilute essential electrolytes temporarily, leaving the blood vessels without the signals they need to properly relax and expand. This helps explain why many older adults stay well hydrated on paper, yet still experience symptoms like cold hands, heavy legs, fatigue, or even mild dizziness. The issue is not always the amount of water being consumed, but how the body is able to use it. What has captured the attention of researchers in recent years is that small adjustments in the way water is consumed can create noticeable changes in circulation in a surprisingly short period of time. In some controlled observations, these adjustments improved blood flow, reduced viscosity, and supported oxygen delivery within minutes, without the need for medication or intense physical activity. In this video, we are going to walk through 5 simple hydration strategies designed specifically for adults over 60. They are ranked from the most basic to the most impactful. Some of them may seem almost too simple to matter, while others come directly from findings observed in cardiovascular and blood flow research settings. And toward the end, there is one method that produced one of the most immediate improvements in circulation ever observed from hydration alone. Before moving forward, take a brief moment to reflect on something simple. When is your next birthday? Share it in the comments below. It is always meaningful to see where everyone is in their journey. Now let's begin with number 5. Number 5 is a combination that often surprises people: mineral-rich salt paired with fresh lemon water. For years, salt has been viewed almost entirely in a negative light, especially when it comes to circulation, but not all salt behaves the same way inside the body. Natural mineral salts, particularly those that have not been heavily processed, contain trace elements such as magnesium, potassium, calcium, and iron. These minerals play an important role in helping blood vessels maintain proper function. When the body has access to these elements in balanced amounts, it becomes easier for the so-soothe system to relax and regulate blood flow. When fresh lemon is added, the effect becomes more interesting. Lemon provides vitamin C, which supports the absorption of these minerals, and also contributes to the health of the inner lining of blood vessels. Together, this combination creates a solution that is closer in balance to the body's natural fluids, allowing for more efficient hydration at a cellular level. Rather than passing quickly through the system, this type of hydration is more likely to be retained and used by the body. Many individuals notice that they do not feel the same need for frequent urination compared to plain water, which can be a sign that hydration is being utilized more effectively. In practical terms, this mixture is simple to prepare. A small amount of mineral salt is added to a glass of room temperature water, followed by freshly squeezed lemon juice. It is typically consumed in the morning before eating, when the body is most receptive to absorption. Some people report a gentle warming sensation in their hands or feet shortly after drinking it. While this may feel subtle, it often reflects a small but meaningful improvement in circulation as blood vessels begin to respond. For those who are sensitive to sodium or managing blood pressure, it is always wise to begin with a smaller amount and observe how the body responds over time. Individual differences matter, especially as we age. This first method sets the foundation, but it is only the beginning. As we move to the next level, the strategy becomes even more effective, using something that most people routinely discard without realizing its potential. As we continue moving up this list, the strategies become more targeted and noticeably more effective. What we're about to cover next has quietly been used in performance settings for years, not just for athletes, but for anyone looking to support better circulation without relying on medication. Number 4 brings us to a powerful combination: apple cider vinegar paired with true cinnamon. There is something unique about how these two ingredients interact inside the body. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid, a compound that has been associated with supporting the production of nitric oxide. And as you may already know, nitric oxide plays a central role in how your blood vessels expand and relax. When this process works efficiently, blood can move more freely, delivering oxygen and nutrients where they are needed most. Cinnamon adds another layer to this effect. Certain natural compounds found in high-quality cinnamon have been linked to improved insulin sensitivity and reduced inflammation within the blood vessels. When inflammation decreases, circulation often becomes more efficient, especially in the smaller vessels that supply the hands, feet, and brain. Over time, this combination appears to support smoother blood flow by addressing multiple factors at once. It may help reduce the thickness of the blood, support vessel flexibility, and assist in maintaining more stable blood sugar levels, all of which contribute to better circulation. Preparing it is relatively simple. A small amount of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, preferably one that still contains the mother, is diluted in water. A pinch of high-quality cinnamon is then added and mixed thoroughly. Some people choose to include a small amount of honey to soften the taste, though moderation is important to preserve the metabolic benefits. Timing can make a difference here. Many people prefer taking this mixture shortly before meals or before light physical activity. In both cases, it may support how the body handles glucose and how efficiently oxygen is delivered to tissues. Consistency is where the real benefit tends to appear. While some individuals notice subtle changes within the first week, the more noticeable improvements often develop gradually over several weeks of regular use. As always, if the stomach is sensitive or teeth are a concern, it is best consumed diluted and followed by rinsing with plain water. Now, as effective as this method can be, the next one takes things a step further, moving from support to something that directly influences how your body produces energy and uses oxygen. Number 3 is a combination that has gained significant attention not only in health circles, but also among high-performance athletes: beetroot and ginger. Beetroot stands out because of its naturally high nitrate content. Once consumed, these nitrates are converted within the body into nitric oxide through a multi-step process. The result is a more sustained and pronounced dilation of blood vessels which can last for hours. This is one of the reasons beetroot has been studied so extensively in relation to endurance and cardiovascular efficiency. When ginger is added, the effect becomes more balanced and comprehensive. Ginger contains bioactive compounds that help reduce inflammation and support smoother blood flow by preventing excessive clumping of blood components. It also appears to improve the flexibility of red blood cells, allowing them to move more easily through narrow capillaries. Together, these two ingredients create a system-wide effect. Blood vessels open more efficiently, circulation becomes more fluid, and oxygen delivery improves at the cellular level. Many people describe feeling a gentle warmth throughout the body or noticing increased energy after consistent use. This combination can be prepared using fresh beetroot blended with water or a high-quality beetroot powder mixed into a drink. Fresh ginger is typically grated and added in small amounts, though powdered ginger can also be used if needed. Timing once again plays an important role. Because the effects on nitric oxide tend to peak a few hours after consumption, some people choose to take it before physical activity, while others prefer it later in the day to support overnight recovery. It is not uncommon to notice temporary changes, such as a slight flushing of the skin or even a pinkish tint in urine after consuming beetroot. While this can be surprising at first, it is generally harmless and simply reflects how the body processes natural pigments. For individuals with lower blood pressure, starting with smaller amounts is a sensible approach, as the effects on circulation can be quite noticeable, especially when combined with other supportive habits. At this point, we have already covered methods that enhance circulation from multiple angles. hydration, mineral balance, metabolic support, and nitric oxide production. But what comes next introduces something even more surprising: a natural approach that works quietly in the background even while you sleep. Now we arrive at the point where the effects become not just noticeable, but almost immediate. What you are about to hear next is often the moment people realize just how responsive the body can still be, even later in life, when given the right signals. Number 2 introduces a combination that works both quickly and deeply within the system: cayenne pepper and turmeric. This is where circulation support becomes more active. Cayenne pepper contains a compound that stimulates receptors in the body responsible for sensing heat and intensity. In response, your system reacts by opening blood vessels, increasing blood flow, and improving the delivery of oxygen throughout the body. It is a protective mechanism, but one that can be harnessed to your advantage. Turmeric complements this effect in a very different way. Its active component works more quietly, helping reduce inflammation inside the blood vessels and supporting the health of the endothelial lining, the delicate inner surface that regulates how blood flows. When this lining functions well, circulation becomes smoother and more efficient. There is also an important detail that enhances this combination significantly. When a small amount of black pepper is included, the body's ability to absorb turmeric increases dramatically. And when a source of healthy fat is added, the absorption improves even further. This transforms the drink from something mild into something far more impactful. Preparation requires a bit more attention than the previous methods. Warm water is used, not boiling, but hot enough to help activate the compounds. A small amount of cayenne is added, along with turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and a touch of healthy fat such as coconut oil. The mixture is then stirred thoroughly and consumed slowly. The experience is often very noticeable. Many people describe a spreading warmth, a light tingling in the hands or feet, and even a gentle sense of increased alertness. These sensations are typically linked to the sudden improvement in circulation and blood vessel responsiveness. Because of its stimulating nature, this drink is usually best taken earlier in the day or before physical activity. For some individuals, especially those with sensitive stomachs or those taking certain medications, it is important to begin with smaller amounts and observe how the body responds. This method works both immediately and over time. While the cayenne creates a rapid response, the turmeric contributes to longer-term support by helping maintain healthier blood vessels day after day. And yet, even with all of this, we have not reached the most powerful strategy on this list. Number 1 brings everything together into a single approach that works on multiple levels at once, supporting blood flow, protecting blood vessels, and enhancing the body's natural repair processes. This final method centers around a combination that is both effective and surprisingly enjoyable: pomegranate and dark chocolate. Pomegranate is one of the richest natural sources of compounds that support nitric oxide activity. These compounds not only encourage the body to produce more nitric oxide, but also help preserve it, allowing its effects to last longer within the bloodstream. The result is a more sustained and stable improvement in circulation. Dark chocolate, particularly varieties with a high cacao content, adds another dimension. It contains flavonoids that support blood vessel flexibility and help the arteries respond more efficiently to changes in blood pressure. Over time, this can contribute to improved vascular function and better overall circulation. When these two are combined, the effect becomes layered. Blood vessels are supported from within, oxidative stress is reduced, and circulation becomes more dynamic and responsive. Many people report subtle but meaningful changes, such as improved warmth in their extremities, clearer thinking, and more stable energy levels throughout the day. Preparing this mixture is simple. Pure pomegranate juice is combined with either raw cacao powder or high-quality dark chocolate. A small pinch of cinnamon or black pepper can be added to enhance absorption and provide additional support. The result is a smooth, rich drink that feels more like a treat than a routine. Timing can further enhance its benefits. Consuming it in the afternoon aligns well with the body's natural rhythm, supporting circulation during the evening and overnight periods when much of the body's repair work takes place. However, It can also be taken earlier in the day, depending on personal preference. What makes this approach stand out is not just how quickly it can influence blood flow, but how it supports long-term vascular health when used consistently. The effects build gradually, reinforcing the body's natural ability to maintain healthy circulation over time. At this point, you have seen a progression, from simple hydration adjustments to more advanced combinations that influence circulation from multiple angles. Each method builds on the previous one, offering a practical way to support blood flow without relying solely on external interventions. If any of these stood out to you, consider starting with one and observing how your body responds. Small, consistent changes often lead to the most meaningful results. As we come to the final part of this discussion, it is important to step back and look at the bigger picture. What we have explored are not isolated ideas, but a group of strategies that, when used consistently, can begin to reshape how the body manages circulation over time. What makes the final combination especially interesting is the growing attention it has received in clinical conversations around vascular health. When paired with supportive habits, such as balanced nutrition and regular movement, it has been associated with improvements in how the arteries function, including reductions in plaque buildup and better overall flexibility of the so-sued walls. This is something that, not long ago, was believed to be possible only through medication or invasive procedures. Another important aspect is inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation plays a central role in the decline of circulation as we age. Some observations have shown that consistent use of these types of nutrient-dense combinations may help reduce markers associated with inflammation over time. And when inflammation decreases, blood flow tends to improve naturally, benefiting not just the heart and vessels, but the entire body. Taken together, these 5 drinks represent a practical and accessible approach to supporting circulation using everyday ingredients. They are not meant to replace medical care, but rather to complement a healthy lifestyle in a way that is sustainable and adaptable. One of the advantages of these methods is their flexibility. You do not need to rely on just one. Many people find it helpful to rotate them throughout the week, or to incorporate the ones that best fit their routine. Over time, this creates a personalized rhythm that feels natural rather than forced. What truly makes the difference, however, is consistency. The body responds gradually. Blood vessels become more responsive, circulation becomes more efficient, and the small changes begin to add up. Some individuals notice subtle improvements within the first few days, while more significant benefits often appear after several weeks or months of steady practice. If this information has been helpful to you, consider taking a moment to support the channel. Subscribing and turning on notifications ensures you will not miss what comes next. In the upcoming video, we will explore 5 simple morning habits that have been linked to increased longevity and better overall vitality according to recent research. I'm Dr. William Collins. Thank you for spending this time here, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you.